Hello everyone. So today I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to talk about my completed bucket list items, and the reason why I'm going to do this is because everyone knows I have a bucket list. I've made no secret about it, and I want to talk through some of the completed items, why I did them, what I felt like afterwards, and just to let you know a bit more about, you know, what I've done. I just think it's good to talk about. So let's get started. So the first item on my bucket list that is complete is number 6, and that is to start a blog. Now, I had my very first blog at about, I think I was 19, and this was one on Blogger, and this was just a personal blog about me, what I was doing, what I was up to, you know, what was happening in my life and things like that. And you know, it was a really good blog, but it got to the point where I couldn't do it because I tried to do it every day, and then I tried to do it 3 times a week, and you know, work was just taking over and I couldn't do it, so unfortunately I did stop that. But I really liked that blog, but it was so nice. I think blogging is such a wonderful idea where you can share it. It's like YouTube. I think it's a wonderful experience. And then I started another blog about last January, and that was where my YouTube channel came from. Because obviously I had a blog, and then I wanted to do a YouTube channel instead because I felt like YouTube was a bit of a better platform for me. But I really enjoyed blogging, and you know, I still enjoy writing and things. And I think it's really good if you don't know where to start with vlogging. Try blogging because it kind of gets your mind rolling on. Sometimes I think you used to think, and I still think of it like this, I think if you write a blog post, it's kind of a script if you do vlogging. And sometimes I do write kind of like a blog post like on paper, so then I get an idea of what I'm saying. But I think blogging is really good because you can do a lot with it and that you can't on YouTube, and with YouTube there's things you can't do in a blog. But I loved blogging, and I think it's just so good. So if you're thinking of starting a blog, do it, because you know, you can do it about your personal experiences, and you can choose any subject and you can just write about your personal experiences or what you're doing and whether you're in progress with it. And I just think it's an absolutely amazing thing. So the second thing that I've completed on my bucket list is to try bubble tea. Now, I got fascinated with this when I seen this on Tumblr, and I got obsessed. And then in my city centre there was a little stall of bubble tea, and I tried it, and of all the flavours to try, I tried coffee flavour, but it was nice. The only thing that I didn't like about it was like really watery coffee, and I don't like that. But it was a nice taste, and it was just the taste was nice of the coffee, but the texture of like watery coffee just wasn't really nice. But it was good. I'm so glad I tried it. So number 10 on my bucket list is to bake a rainbow cake. Now, I baked this for, I think it was my brother's birthday a few years back, and so this was probably about 2011. And I love baking rainbow cakes. They're amazing. The only trouble is with rainbow cakes, you have to have about 7 different bowls for 7 different colours, or 6 different bowls for 6 different colours, depending on how many rainbow colours you want. And it can take a while if you're doing layers, because you have to have like 6 kind of layers in the oven, or you can do 2 and then another 2. So it is time consuming, but I think the last time I did the one where you like layer the batter on top of each other, and that was really good, and you do get an amazing effect. And even if you only do it once, it's so worth a try because the result is just absolutely mind-blowing and so colourful. The next item on my bucket list is number 14, and that is to go stargazing. Now, I went stargazing one summer when I think they said it was like, I can't remember, I can't remember the scientific term for it, but it was basically, it was so clear, and I think there was some reason why, but the stars were a lot clearer. So me and my friends went one summer, we just went out into the countryside and, you know, stopped off and just stayed there and stargazed, and it was absolutely amazing. And if I could go somewhere again that would provide that experience, I would totally do it. It's just so nice. Sometimes it's so nice just to lay back and look at the stars like that. It's absolutely amazing, and I think that was in about 2013. And number 17, which is probably most relevant to this video, is to start a YouTube channel. Now, this was probably at the point after I started my first blog, because I was always watching vloggers and YouTube videos thinking I want to do that, but I didn't have the confidence to it. When I was that age, probably 19, I wouldn't have dared sat in front of a camera and started talking. Now I can't shut up talking in front of a camera. I think it's so good if you want to push your creativity, or you want to get your voice heard out into the internet, because you never know who you will reach on the internet, like on YouTube and blogging. But yeah, and I'm currently at 129 subscribers. Thank you to all of my 129 subscribers. Some of the comments I get on my videos are just amazing, and I love all the love that is passed on through the YouTuber community. It's just amazing, and I'm so thankful for it. Number 21 is to go on a road trip. Now, this was complete. I've never been on a proper road trip, for example, in a car. Whenever I've travelled before, it used to be by coach, by train. It was never a road trip. But I did this in 2014. It was with a few people from work. One Sunday we just said, you know what, let's just go. And we got in one of their cars. I can't remember which one it was now. And we just up and went. And we went on, I think it was a 2.5-hour road trip all the way across. I think it was all the way up the country, and it was one of the most amazing experience. You have music on, you know, it's a really warm day, you got your shades on in the car, window open, music loud. It is the most amazing thing, and it's just something so worth doing. And not just doing once, you should do this repeatedly until you just can't get sick of it. And I really urge people to do this. Number 29 is a bit of a bizarre one because I never did this before until I think it was last August, and that is to visit a walk-through aquarium. I went to Sea Life because I never went to a walk-through aquarium, but I love the ocean, I love the beach, so to visit a walk-through aquarium was amazing. I went to Sea Life in Birmingham, the Sea Life Centre, and it was one of the best. Although I was probably the oldest person in that Sea Life Centre, but it was for a birthday, so I was with a group of people, but they were younger than me. And I don't mean kids, I mean just a couple of years, but I was the oldest person in that centre. But it was an amazing experience, just to see penguins, which I love, starfish, jellyfish, all that kind of thing, because I've never been in an aquarium before like that. And again, if you love the beach and the ocean and you love sea life like that, and you watch Blue Planet even, just go and see, because it's just an amazing experience. Number 35, it was a bit of a DIY, and I did a blog post on this when I did this, so this was back in 2013, and that was to make a glow jar. All you need was a mason jar, glue and a glow stick, and you could have a glow-in-the-dark jar. I might do that again just to show you how it's done, but that was really fun to actually do, and a good DIY, pretty easy and cheap, so I think I do want to do that again, because the first time I did it, I didn't really do it properly, but I'd love to do it again just to show you all how to do it. Number 46 is to read like a series of books, one whole series of books, and probably everyone will probably guess which series I'm going to say, and it's the Harry Potter series. Favourite book of the series, Prisoner of Azkaban. That's when it goes dark, you get to hear more of the background of how Harry's parents died, you get to see the darker side of the wizarding world. Yeah, I grew up with Harry Potter, I'm the Harry Potter generation, and if you haven't read them, please do, because it's worth a read, even just the first one. I found my original copy of the first one the other day, like when it was first published, and oh my god, I had flashbacks. Number 48 on the bucket list that I've completed is to try the mint and coke experiment. I tried this back in 2013, and it was one of the messiest things I've ever done, honestly, but it was one of the funniest things to ever do. Basically, I think it was like I can't remember, it was like a crumbly mint. I think it was a spearmint. Strong mint, that was it, a strong mint. Put it in a massive bottle of coke, just a cheap bottle for like 30p. It was, it's safe to say, it's so messy. Please do not do that indoors, because you will ruin the house, and if you live with your parents, they will not be happy. I would be happy if someone did it in here, believe me. But it's fun, and if you have a random Sunday where you've got just a cheap bottle of coke, do it, because it's fun to just try it, and it will probably fascinate kids as well. The number 52, and this is such a memory that I will never forget, from 2010, and that is number 52, to meet McFly. The reason why I wanted to meet McFly is because when I was a teenager, they were my boy band that I was obsessed with, and I finally met them in 2010. So from finding them in 2006, 2005, I met them in 2010. I met Tom and Danny. Oh no, I met Danny and Harry first of all in, I think it was October, and Harry nearly broke my back because he hugged me, but it was fine. I got a photo with them. If I can find the photo, I will insert it. And then I met Tom and Danny again. I met Danny again with Tom 2 weeks later, I think it was, or 3 weeks later at another signing. But I'm yet to meet Duggar. But I count that as completed because I met 3/4 of them. If anyone's going to the ink gig, any of Dougie's ink gigs, please let me know, because I really want to go, but I'm scared to go on my own because I don't know anybody at any of the gigs. Please let me know so I can go. Number 53 on the bucket list is to make a stop still animation. I made this with Lego Man and it was absolutely amazing. The reason why I wanted to do this was because in my art GCSE we were given the task of like a media task, and this was one, but I didn't do it because unfortunately I had to leave for a week because I wasn't too well, so I didn't get to do it fuller. But I did do this, and I can't find the video for it that I did a few years back in 2013, but I want to do it again because it was really fun and the outcome was actually really good. Number 60, this is one that probably I've never told anyone before. It was to write a poem or a song. I wrote a poem, and then once I wrote one, I wrote like 10. It was amazing. I wrote one about summer. I have no idea where it is in this minute. If I find it, I will read it out and do a video for it because I love doing that. It was an amazing thing to do. So yeah, maybe one day you will hear some poetry from me. Number 63 was to learn a dance routine, and the dance routine I learned was the Just Dance routine on the Wii to Spice Girls Wannabe. It was honestly the most fun dance routine on there, and I used to get a high score every time, and I could probably still remember it if I really tried. Number 65, and this is one that is probably going to be repeated a lot of times, and that was dye my hair pink. And I always put in brackets variation, half dye like dip dye or full dye. I've done both. I've had full-on pastel cotton candy pink, and I've had really bright raspberry pink, and I love both, and maybe sometime in the future I will have dip dyed again. And number 90 on this bucket list, and this is one that I've never really done up until I was about 15, because I never like needed to, and that was to stay in a hotel. And I remember my first hotel experience, and it was a little bit scary because I was in this massive hotel for 2 nights, and it was on a school trip. There was only like 10 of us, so we got a hotel room, and not all together, like we had separate rooms, but I got a separate one because there was 10 people, including 3 teachers, I think it was. So I just got a separate room, like a single room. It was scary because the first time away from home on my own in a hotel, I felt like I was like, I don't know, I just felt like terrified. But on the second night I was a lot better. There was a mini bar. I didn't drink, but there was free coffee, free tea, free biscuits, free water, free shampoo, free conditioner, free bath shower, free bath wash, freebies, free towels. But no, it was a really good experience in a way if you've never been like in a hotel. So that is my completed bucket list so far. There are so many more items I would love to talk about. For example, my top bucket list items that I'm yet to complete, or the ones that are in progress. But that is a separate video. But I thought this would be a good idea just to share with you what I've done, just some experiences and how they've affected me and what my experiences were and whether they were positive. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up down below and subscribe if you are new. And if you would like to see more of these videos, let me know in the comments down below. If you subscribe, do remember to press the little bell button, ding ding, so you can be notified of when I upload. But remember to set the settings to always so you can always be notified. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully next week's schedule will be back to normal. Monday is beauty, Wednesday is vlog, and vlogs in between. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you hopefully on Monday. Bye!